Top of the morning to you there, Broncos country. It is really freaking early, and we don't care because we're awake because we're off to jolly old England to watch our Denver Broncos take on the New York Jets on Sunday morning football. It's a London special edition for the Denver Broncos. It is going to be epic. The Broncos are on a win streak. They had the most epic win possibly in the last 10 years. Just 7 days ago. Yeah. It's been incredible. What a ride it's been. Broncos on a tear, Jets winless. You couldn't have asked for a better storyline going into a morning show on a Sunday morning. So Broncos country, welcome to the Get Bucked Game Day show here on the Orange and Blue Network. Let's get to it.
Together, let's shake the air. Get bucked. Here comes the thunder. Feel that quake in Broncos country. We're never afraid to take. The rivals gonna crumble in the spotlight's glare. Get bucked. All together, let's shake the air.
Inside the 15, inside the 10, the 5, touchdown, Denver!
Broncos country, it is game day really early, and we don't care. What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny Baki, the Mile High Viking, and joining me this early morning is Bronco Rob to bring you this edition of the Get Bucked Game Day Show, Week 6 versus the Denver Broncos, or the Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets. Please forgive me. It's early. What's up, Rob? How are you this morning?
Well, good morning, Broncos country. Orange and Blue Network crew, NRW crew, all the crews. It is early AF this morning, but it's a Sunday morning, and Denver's gonna take it to the Jets this morning in England. So I'm just having a spot of tea this morning.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, I'm right there. I'm right here with this comment from our boy D-Rock saying, "Sup, y'all rapscallions? Here's to day drinking." Yeah, I'm already there, buddy. It's game day. I don't care what time of the day it is, on a game day.
I think it's going to be a good day, Johnny. I think it's going to be a good day.
As do I. I am going to apologize to you, Broncos country. I am not all Mile High Vikinged out today, mostly because about half of what I normally wear as the Mile High Viking, my horns on my hat, they are currently undergoing maintenance. Yep. After several years of heavy game, every single game day abuse, they have some pieces have started to come free and need to be repaired and are undergoing repairs. So I'm just rocking it. Is as close to Denver Broncos au naturel as I can right now.
Johnny,
I know that's
struggling really hard. I'm struggling really hard to not let my intrusive thoughts win.
Oh, let them win, baby. Ugh.
Johnny got a little too horny.
Yeah, you want to take a bite out of that apple, I promise you. No, it's early. It's Sunday morning. Today, the Broncos take on the New York Jets. Excuse me. The Broncos take on the New York Jets on the tail end of a 2-game win streak. One of those being the most epic win probably of the last decade, in my opinion, at least since Super Bowl 50. So, Rob, how are you feeling this morning about the state of the Broncos? How are you feeling this morning about what we're walking into in jolly old London?
Well, the Eagles game was definitely a nice surprise because I'm going to be honest, I thought that was a game that Denver was going to lose. And that's not to like throw any shade at Sean Payton or the players or anything like that, but they're the Super Bowl champs. They stomped the ever-living crap out of the Chiefs, which we love to see. But again, we were going into Philly, and the expectations were not, in my opinion, as high as they should have been. Because again, Philly is a very good team. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. Need I say more?
I
find your lack of faith disturbing.
I know.
I'm just kidding. Everybody had that penciled as a loss, okay?
But I feel good this morning with Denver going into London. After we rightfully beat the Philadelphia Eagles, Denver didn't even go home. Denver got on a plane and flew across the pond, and they've been over in London all week getting acclimated. I'm always waiting for it to end, and it just keeps going.
I know, it's great, right?
But I think it's going to be a good day. I believe the last time I checked the weather, it's still cloudy, as it seems to always be over in London.
It's London.
But I think Denver's going to come out this morning with the run game, and we're going to run it all over the Jets because just a little mid morning stat for you guys. The Jets defense allowed 135 yards to former Denver Broncos running back Javonte Williams. So their run defense is suspect, as they say. And I think Denver's going to run the ball all over him. So J.K. Dobbins, you better get your shoelaces tied tight because it's going to be a long day.
Sure. And here I'm going to get to everybody. I'm going to get to the comments here in just a minute. But before we do, I'm going to knock out some of the dirty laundry, or or at least our housekeeping, as we like to call it around here. A little bit of housekeeping. I don't have a nanny to do it. Hello. Yeah, a little Mrs. Doubtfire. That's right. Oh man, I totally should have put that as a soundbite for this morning. Hello. All right, guys, this is the Get Bucked Game Day show here on the Orange and Blue Network. So if this is your first time here or you haven't already, please make sure to go over and like, subscribe, share, comment, all right? Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, especially because right now on YouTube, we are less than 60 subscribers away from giving away an authentic Bo Nix jersey. You want to get in on that, so make sure you subscribe. Share it to your friends so they have a chance to, subscribe and get in on that deal and get us even closer. Once we get there, somebody's getting a free jersey. Why not? I mean, where's the downside? I don't see one. So make sure you do that. Also follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and check out the audio version of our podcast wherever you find your favorites. Make sure to ding that little notification bell. That way when we go live on any of our shows, you don't miss any of our awesome content, to include Monday, Wednesday, Fridays in the morning, Orange and Blue Blitz. You got Broncos Bros Monday evenings. Nothing Rhymes with the Orange and Blue podcast on Tuesday evenings. You got Doc and JT holding down all Mile High Sports on Wednesday afternoons. Broncos Talk on Wednesday evenings. Viva los Broncos for the Spanish speakers on Friday evenings. Then we got the breaking news podcast called The Fresh Squeeze. Of course, this show right here, the Get Buck Game Day show, every game day before kickoff. And the Buck Your Feelings post-game show every post-game. You don't want to miss any of that awesome content, guys. Also, show some love to the sponsor of today's show. You can see the link in the bio. My gosh, it's early. The link bio below, w.gg, will take you straight to W Genderless Energy Blend. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Comes in a bunch of fantastic flavors that kick you in the butt, get you going and started in your day. I already drank some this morning. I'm still waiting for the effect. But it's good stuff. Great stuff. Kicks you in the butt, gets you started, keeps you going, and you don't get the jitters or the crash later because Dubby is formulated with no sugar. It's also got no calories or maltodextrin or fillers, no artificial colors. It's all natural. It's nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, and nootropics that keep you sharp throughout your day. And the caffeine that's in Dubby comes directly from the coffee fruit. It's all natural, has a lot of benefits. Trust me, you want to try it. I'm going to make it real sweet for you, though, because at the checkout, you're going to punch in code OBN10. OBN10 at checkout will get you 10% off your order. So go check out Dubby. And just like the Denver Broncos are going to get today, get yourself the dub. All right, guys, here we go. It's time. Let's hit some comments real quick. We got D-Rock in the house, as I've already brought up, but I'm going to bring it up again because day drinking. He says, sup, y'all rapscallions. Here's to day drinking. Here's to you, D-Rock. Our good friend Dave Glassman comes in saying, morning, Nothing Rhymes crew. What's up, buddy? He also, I believe, is toasting you with a spot of tea there, Rob. Tim Dog 14. What's up, fellas? What's up, Tim? How you doing? Hope you have your vape this morning. I have mine. I didn't lose it. That's right. There's a story there, Rob. I'll share it later. Mile High City Baby 303 saying, good morning, guys. Good morning, Mile High City. He says it's going to be a blowout for sure, but on the right, for the right side. Yeah. Dave kind of brings up that run game you was talking about there, Rob, but he says, I hit 7 of my 8-leg parlay last week. RJ let me down. Oof.
Can't win them all, Dave. Can't win them all.
But 7 of 8, man, that's like an 8-leg parlay bet. That's a really that's a really big bet. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that have to go right in that, and to get 7 out of 8 right and have the 8th one let you down. God, that's got to be like getting right up against the finish line and just tripping. You know, like right before you go through the tape.
It's like Chris Jones running in the 40 in the combine and falling and letting his precious family jewels fall out of his shorts.
Oh, I've had that happen once. Yeah, no, but I was climbing a rope in gym class when that happened.
Well,
Johnny
was just showing off.
Yeah, you can say that. I was not excited about it. I'm going to tell you.
Dave Glassman actually has a good comment that I think would be a good starting point this morning. And that is that Bidet, not to be confused with Batty, is inactive. Will Jaleel get a shot today? I believe he will. I believe Sean Payton will do a 1-2 punch with J.K. Dobbins and Jaleel McLaughlin this morning.
Okay. I agree. I think we'll see some Jaleel, but I don't think it's going to be a 1-2 with J.K. and Jaleel. I think we're gonna stick to the alphabet soup, and it's gonna still be a 1-2 punch of J.K. RJ. But we'll see some design runs specifically for Jaleel McLaughlin.
And McLaughlin is a really great running back at getting to the outside, hitting that corner, and getting around the edge. Which again, like I alluded to earlier, the Jets' run defense is susceptible to the running game. Now it is again, they gave up 135 yards to Javonte Williams, who is now with the Dallas Cowboys, and Williams is not much of an outside runner. He's more up the middle, more of a power back if you want to say that, but I think Sean Payton has a plan in place this morning, and he's going to try to expose the Jets defense once again this week.
Sure. I will point out, when you're bringing up the fact that they gave up 130 plus yards to Javonte Williams, Javonte Williams, what the hell, man? You know, like, you had a great rookie season for us, and then for 3 seasons you couldn't get shit figured out.
What the hell?
Then he goes to Texas, and he's looking like, you know, he's a top 5 rusher.
Damn it, Johnny!
In the league right now. Like, what in the absolute hell, dude? You know, I mean, I guess it's one of those situations. We've seen it. People come into the Broncos now where the situation's just better for him there, I guess. I don't know, but I don't understand how it wasn't a good situation for him, at least here last season, given that he had a top 5 offensive line here. I don't understand it, but some kind of switches flip for him. So I don't know. I don't know if I would completely, you know, gouge the Jets for that completely. But they do have a, you know, I think with this offensive line, even without Ben Powers, and we really hope Ben Powers gets healed up quick. I mean, it's a long road for a biceps tear. Even without him, you know, I believe it's Matt Pert getting the nod for starter. Me personally, I was hoping it would be Palczewski because of his pre-existing camaraderie and the obvious blocking that he has already been bringing out this season in the jumbo packages. I was kind of hoping that they would just slot him in there, but I guess they want to keep him for those jumbo packages. And so I believe it's Pert getting the nod today, which is fine. Pert is good. He's very serviceable. I mean, that's the whole reason we paid him again this offseason. So, you know, I mean, even with Pert in there, this offensive line, they'll open some holes that our boys can exploit, especially against the Jets front. So it's going to be an interesting game. Dave throws in there a Jaleel plus 1,600 anytime touchdown. Buddy, I hope you make your money. I really do. I really do. Let's see. King Jamie the Mad. King Jamie the Mad. Hello, Broncos fans. Your team sure is looking good this season. Salute. Good luck. Thank you, King Jamie the Mad. I love it. I read that, and I have to read it in a British accent, especially.
We won't hold it against you that you're a Chiefs fan, though.
It's okay. We won't. We don't hold anybody's fandom against them here at the Orange and Blue Network. We welcome fans of all walks of life, even if they're wrong. I'm just kidding. King Jamie says, respect, peace. Thanks, King Jamie. My nephew popping in saying, hey, uncle, how's your Star Wars collection? Real good, bud. I've got some pretty cool lightsabers and stuff now that I've added to it, and a Red 5 helmet pretty recently that I added to it. So I love my, you know, the only thing besides my wife and children that I love almost as much as the Denver Broncos is Star Wars. And I have quite the Broncos collection and quite the Star Wars collection. So
King Jamie coming back in with the Chiefs finally suck again. We can be friends again.
We've been friends the whole time. It wasn't your fault that I wanted to rip my hair out every week. It was Patrick Mahomes and Reed's fault. Okay.
Travis Kelce can't catch a ball. He can't even catch a cold.
I mean, you know, that's what happens when Tay-Tay gave him the engagement ring. It's so big. Oh, damn it. Things not even in the way. No, it's those pre-wedding jitters, man. You know, he's spending all of his time having to design the bouquets and the centerpieces. He's just tired. It's I'm sorry. I've never been a big Kelce fan, and I'm like, as much as I don't like Travis, you know, haven't always been a big Travis Kelce fan, I like Tay-Tay about 10 times less. So I have to poke some jokes.
So Johnny, I have a question to pose to you.
Oh, please send it, brother.
Do you think that this game against the Jets is a trap game for Denver?
I don't. Nope. You know,
Get back! I think I'm gonna vomit!
no, a lot of people have. It's been heavily postulated all week long by multiple people on multiple shows across Broncos country. Trap game? No. I think the Broncos are set up for success in as much as they could be in this situation. Why do I say that? Okay. I'm glad you asked. Why do I say that? I say that because the Broncos probably had one of the most unfavorable schedules leading into this. They went straight from Monday Night Football into, a matchup with a team that we should, on paper, we weren't going to beat. On the road, on the East Coast, which we have terrible history in, on a short week, and then following that up with a trip across the pond. And, historically, teams on the road right before a London game lose majority of the time. We weren't set up for success. But Sean Payton, Greg Penner, George Payton, they did things differently with the Broncos this week than any other team has done going to London. Rather than go the jet lag trap, jet lag is a funny term. Yes. Except the Broncos should have zero jet lag.
No, they've been over there all week.
Because rather than being like all the other teams and going home, spending some time with the family, trying to practice, then getting on a plane and flying there 2 to 3 days maybe before the game, and then still trying to catch up on that jet lag. And I've been there, and the jet lag is real. Okay? Very real. They literally left Philadelphia that night after we beat the Eagles last Sunday, and that night flew straight to London. They've had a whole week over there, still doing practices, still doing conditioning, no sightseeing. Sean Payton was adamant, no sightseeing.
And I think that's going to pay dividends because Sean Payton, I believe, saw that schedule and told the Broncos ownership, like, this is what we're doing. We're leaving Philly. We're going across the pond, and we're going to be there all week to get acclimated to, the time difference, et cetera, et cetera. And so I believe that is going to pay dividends today. But sorry, Johnny, go ahead. Keep going.
You're great, man. That's the whole point I was trying to make, is that they've done everything they need to do. They've done extra. They've gone the extra mile. It's a game of inches, but they went the extra mile to make sure that the Broncos were absolutely as close to set up for success as they can be in this game. And I think, just like you said, I think it's going to pay dividends. Do I think we have to be careful as we do any week with any NFL team? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think, as ready as any team could be for a game, an international game, at a totally different time of day, I think the Broncos are as close to being set up for success as they could possibly get getting ready for this one. So
no, I agree with you. And
that's my thought. We're out of here. I'm kidding. But
looking at the schedule, I don't want to get too far ahead, but the next few games before we take on the Chiefs, we've got the Giants, I believe, at home. We got the Cowboys, yep. We got the Texans, we got the Raiders, and then we play the Chiefs. So, the only team that I'm worried about, and I'm gonna give as George and Dak say, I'm gonna give the flowers to the Giants and Jackson Dart. He's a rookie in the NFL and he's balling out right now. And so I think I'm a little more worried about that game than I am any of the other ones, to be quite honest. And that includes the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. But I agree with you on all facets that Denver has taken all the proper planning to be over in London and to, be ready for this game. Because like you said, every analyst says that this is going to be a trap game for Denver. But every analyst also picks Denver to win this.
Yeah, I disagree with them. Of course, it has the potential to be, but David Youngkin, it's way early, but for the Broncos, it's never too early. Amen, brother. Amen. That we are the true orange and blue dedicated, right? But no, yes, it has the potential to be a trap game, but then again, so does any game, any week in the NFL. I mean, am I wrong? Especially this season. How many teams have upset? Have had
last
major
week
upsets
was the week of upsets. Let's call it like it is. Last week was absolutely the week of upsets, including our game.
But to your point, all those games you mentioned on the schedule, upcoming, every one of them is winnable. Sean Payton during excuse me, guys, I'm so sorry. This is a normal morning thing for me. I'm not used to being on camera this early. My lung condition, usually I've had a whole day to hawk all the nastiness out of my lungs when I wake up. After I wake up for a little while, but this morning, obviously, it's kicking my butt. Anyway,
damn it, Johnny!
Oh no, damn it, Afghanistan! Thank you. Anyway, damn the burn pits. That's what I say. Damn it to. But where was I? I totally just got derailed off of my train of thought. Oh, all these games up and coming. Sean Payton said it during Club Dub after we beat the Eagles on this last Sunday. He looked, according to people that were in the locker room, he looked in the eyes of almost every single player and said, "Who are you afraid of now? After we beat the Eagles, who are you afraid of now?"
The answer is
nobody. Answer that everyone gave was no one. And that's absolutely true. Yes, we could lose any game, any week. However, there is not a team in this league that we can't face off with and potentially walk away with a W. There is not. And so trap game or not, I think we're set up in the right place for a win today. Let's get some more comments here. King Jamie, much love and respect those. Cheers. Day beers. Here you go. My cousin and my co-host. Oh, sorry, you got it. You got Shy there. He says, "Let's go Broncos! Let's go Broncos, Shy! Can't wait for you to hype us up on Get Shite before the end of the show, buddy. Pumped. It's a good video. Get ready." My cousin and co-host of the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast says Dobbins will have another 100-yard game. Woo!
I believe it. Believe it, Jay. Let's go.
Let's see. David Youngkin saying he sees where Eagle fans are saying the main reason they lost to the Giants is because they had a short week. All teams have short weeks. And hey, guess what? We had a short week and we beat your asses. So, just saying. Let's see. King Jamie Q, do you see a little Fran Tarkenton in this Jackson Dart kid? Fran Tarkenton. That's a name I have not heard in a long time. Good old Giants days. Maybe some. It's still too early to tell who he really is, but I guess there's shades of him there. There's some definite likenesses to the game, to his game. I could see that.
I'll tell you what, one of the players there on the Giants team, aside from Jackson Dart, is that cat Scattaboo. That dude is
Scattaboo, yeah.
That dude is just a wrecking ball. I mean, he doesn't care who he goes up against, and he just lowers his shoulder and runs the dude the hell over. So
I'm gonna go ahead. We face off against him next week. I still think we get that win, by the way. I'm supposed to be there. So I am going to go ahead, though, and offer up my apologies, my personal apologies to Cam Scatabo. My opinion of him in the offseason, during the draft, all of it, I was way off, dude. So here's to you, Cam Scatabo, and my apologies.
And again, Jay Weaver comes in here saying, "We have played down to our competition other than Cincinnati. We better roll these suckers this morning because they suck." And, and that is honestly a I'm not going to say fear, but a concern is because the Jets have 0 wins. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain. But I think Denver's defense is going to roll the Jets up.
Yeah.
You've got Pat Surtain going to be, guarding Garrett Wilson the entire game. And I don't think Garrett Wilson is going to get very many yards today at all. I think Pat Surtain is going to lock down Garrett Wilson and show him why he was the defensive player of the year.
I'm not honestly that terrified of the pass game for the Jets. I'm just not. But I will ask you, they do still have a pretty the Jets, for all their faults, do have a pretty stout offensive line, and they run the ball well. So of course we do, and we've had Breece Hall run all over us before. And of course, we're still standing here without Dre Greenlaw, who's supposed to return next week. Jesus. But you're still without Dre Greenlaw. JFM is out, I think. But we do have Malcolm Roach back. So I mean, we got to plug the holes on the run. What do you think is the risk or the danger of the Jets run game against this defense today?
Breece Hall is a very talented running back. But I think, our run defense look at what we did with Philly and Saquon Barkley. I think the majority of that was our defense. And I think that's the reason why Philadelphia tried to throw the ball more. I think Saquon Barkley only had 40 yards or something like that the entire game. But I think that's more that leans, in my opinion, more to the game plan that Philly was trying to make, of trying to pass the ball versus run the ball, because every team sees Saquon Barkley and is like, oh, they're going to run the ball the entire game. So I think it's kind of a 50-50 split between our defense and how the Jets game plan to try to beat us. But again, yeah, exactly. But I think that Denver's defense is formidable on both the pass defense and the run defense. So,
as do I. My only caveat that I will add is I don't think that's the entire reason that the Eagles threw so much last Sunday. They made a big mistake. Now I heard it all week in national media, and I'm so over it. How did the Eagles drop this? Okay, no, the Broncos did play out of their minds in the fourth quarter and staged an incredible comeback, one for the ages, in my opinion. But at the same time, I think Sirianni was pandering to his whiny ass wide receivers a lot. From I'm serious. From earlier in the week, their constant complaints on social media. And all of that about, I'm not getting enough targets, coach. Okay. I think Sirianni was trying to appease A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And ultimately, that was a part of their undoing at the hands of the Broncos. Was they tried, they tried to reinvent their own identity to appease their high paid players, which is something Sean Payton would never do. He'd be like, oh, you're not getting enough touches? So what? What more touches, go to a different team. That's not how it works in Denver. Apparently that's how it works in Philadelphia. You whine enough, you get your way like a spoiled child. But the point is, I do think while the Broncos defense did have a massive hand in just absolutely slaying the Eagles run game, a big part of it was the fact that they didn't run it as much as we would expect the Eagles to do. So
absolutely, we got Tim Dog coming in saying 2.5 sacks for Benito today. I agree. I think he's gonna have 3 today.
I could see it. Mm-hmm. Benito's on par to not only beat the Broncos franchise record for single season sacks, but he could even, he's on par to tie or even eclipse Michael Strahan's all-time, single season sack records. So dude's on a tear. Dude's an animal. I love him. Richie Rich
coming in with the hello this morning.
Hello. You got to say it like Mr. Doubtfire, bro. It's London Day. He says, I think we will see some changes on the O-line because of Powers. The dude who starts, I don't think will finish there. It's possible, man. I definitely could see that being something that happens is, we see they've tried something here and then maybe swap Wattenberg over to guard and slot Forsythe in at center, or, maybe try do a like a mix between Pert and Palczewski. Let me see what we got here. Oh, that's funny. Oh, here comes Richie Rich with his Canadian wit. Says, don't worry, Greenlaw will end up on IR due to a stanky fart or a stiff wind. Ouch. Yeah, that's that warrants one of these. It did. I don't have it anymore, apparently. Okay. But I'm being optimistic and hopeful that he can make it back for more than a game and stay in for a little while for us. That would be, I'm being optimistic and hopeful. Anything else? Oh, Jay says Pert will do well, I think. I mean, he has before. We've seen him before. It's why we paid him again. Brought him back. We didn't let him walk in free agency this offseason, and there's a reason for that. Shy asks, what do you think about J.K. Dobbins?
I think J.K. Dobbins is going to have a day today. I think, Sean Payton is going to establish that run game early against the Jets, and they're just going to continue to feed him. J.K. Dobbins, primarily to me, seems like a very north and south runner, but he's had these plays where he has patience. And he's been compared to, Le'Veon Bell, where, he gets the handoff and he has that ability to kind of wait for the blocks to set up, find the hole, and take off right up the middle. I think J.K. Dobbins has been a great addition to the Denver Broncos running back room.
Absolutely.
He's not a Terrell Davis, but, he is.
Nobody's Terrell Davis.
But he definitely is a force to be reckoned with on this Denver offense.
Yes, indeed. All right. So before we get to our segments here, I'm gonna check for any more comments to grab real quick, and then I'm gonna ask we're gonna do keys to the game before we hit our segments. Tim Dog says need to put Harvey on some wheel routes. Absolutely, dude. Especially especially against this defense. Absolutely. Rich says, I love J.K. Dobbins, but we need to see Bidet do more to earn more in order to protect J.K., who does get hurt. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't be today because Bidet is inactive in this game. So, well, let's just hope. I'm going to throw in my quick 2 cents on J.K. before we give our keys to the game. J.K. is a breath of fresh air in Denver. He loves it in Denver. If this guy has his way, he'll be here forever. The way he loves this team, loves the fan base, and what he's done here so far, it's the first breath of life we've truly seen in our run offense, in 4 or 5 years. It's wonderful. So loving JK in Denver. All right, Rob, give me an offensive key to the game and give me a defensive key to the game for you.
Well, offensive key to the game is I'm going to go again with Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix needs to, continue where he left off against the Eagles in the fourth quarter. He had over 200 passing yards, which is insane in a single quarter.
9 for 10.
9 for 10, over 200 yards.
3 for 3 on scoring drives.
So, I think Bo Nix needs to, continue where he left off offensively. Defensively, I think a big key to the game is going to be Denver's defensive line. We need to apply pressure to Fields. We all know that Fields can get outside the pocket, can run the ball, similar to, Jalen Hurts and all these other quarterbacks that, including even Bo Nix. But I think Denver's defensive line, if we can control the Jets running game. And, we all know that our secondary is pretty locked down for the most part. And, a lot of people have given Riley Moss a hard time. Riley Moss is a good player. But I feel when it comes to Riley Moss, Vance Joseph needs to put him in the best situation to be successful. But defensively, I think the key to the game is our defensive line.
Okay. Yeah, and I definitely agree. The Broncos lead the NFL in pressure on 4-man rush, 3 and 4-man rush. So it's something that, when they're not bringing the blitz and when they're not rushing off the edge, the Broncos are the best at that. So it's something that we definitely need to see continue. Offensively, you said Bo Nix. For me, it's let the bone roll. Run the damn ball. Keep it on the ground. That'll open up the pass game. That'll open up our play action, and then we can just who they got over there? Sauce. They got Sauce.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce over there, and that's it. So, but at the same time, don't be stupid. Don't overpass. Let the bone roll. Keep the ball on the ground, and just keep it going. That will open up a lot for us is if we keep it on the ground. So there's mine. And then and I forgot to throw this in there when you gave us your key being Bo.
I thought you said go, Bo, go.
So there's that. Now, defensively, you said the defensive line is key. For me, it is going to be playing man coverage in this one. Man coverage is very, will have a great deal of success against this Jets offense. Don't be jumping into zone too much, all like crazy. Obviously, you're going to have some zone packages, but when the Jets' greatest offensive, catching weapon is there's only one, and his name is Garrett Wilson. Man him up. We're going to see some mistakes. We're going to see some takeaways. I truly believe that. So
Surtain's going to lock him down. There's not going to be.
And then after that, Brandon Jones, Talanoa Hufanga, he's everywhere, man. And Jahdae Barron, who we got to actually see make some game affecting plays against the Eagles. Riley Moss, man him up, bud. That's all I'm going to say. Let me see. Rich says, I'm our biggest weapon in London is Sean Payton. Too many other coaches allow this game to be seen as a vacay. Sean Payton doesn't let his team see it as anything other than work. That's right. No sightseeing. You get to go to London, but hey, you might as well be anywhere else in the world. You might as well be right back on the field in Dove Valley because it don't matter that you're in London when you're playing for Sean Payton. Dave Glassman, Broncos money line. Benito Sag, Dobbins 75 plus, rushing and reception. Jaleel touchdown. Taylor 4 plus receptions, and Taylor 40 plus yards plus 12,000. Woo! Hell of a parlay there, buddy. I hope you get this one. I'm sorry you got let down last week. Joe Medlock coming in. The defensive pressure needs to cause a turnover or two today from Fields. I think they will. Our pressure is so good, man. Shai Vargas says no penalties. It's a good key to the game, bud. They definitely need to get their discipline under control.
Jay, we're sitting at about 15 minutes to kickoff. All
right, then. Yeah, we're going to get ready for it. Flying Dragon Films, I see Barron having a big game. Dave Glassman, Big Ben, Parliament. Yep. Tim Dog, Broncos 34-13 win. All right, guys. We are about 15 minutes to kick off. It's time for some segments. I woke up right before the show this morning, and so I'm going to be honest with you, man. I haven't eaten yet, and I'm starving.
I know, we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Listen out, there ain't nothing like this.
Yum. Okay. Guys, welcome to the Mile High Menu. It's a weird day because we are Mile High menuing before 7:30 in the morning Mountain Time. All right. So I know everybody's hungry. It's breakfast time for us. So it's a bit of a different day than we're used to when it comes to the Mile High Menu. And that video very soon is going to get a facelift. I understand it's just me, Jay, and Isaiah on that video. Made that video back when it was just the three of us on this network, and we were consistently running every game day show, the three of us. So
now we got a whole army.
Yeah, now we got a whole army. It's gonna get something different. It's gonna get a facelift, something new, probably a new song. Even though I know that will absolutely break some people's hearts, especially.
Don't you dare change that song.
Well, hey, every other, it's gonna happen. But anyway, Mile High Menu, baby. It's breakfast time. So, Rob, what are you eating during the game today?
Well, I'm gonna kind of surprise you a little bit this morning. The other night I made some homemade hamburgers in the air fryer. And so I think this morning I'm going to heat one of those burgers up and I'm going to throw a fried egg on it for a little spin on breakfast, if you will.
Nice. It's one of my favorite things in the world is a burger with an egg, especially if it's like over medium so that it still kind of runs a little bit. Oh, it's perfect. Try this for me if you have what you need to do this. Okay, some jalapenos. Yeah, or you can use like a jalapeno sauce if you got one, and blackberry jam. I
don't have any of that, but I'll have to try it for next time.
I'm telling you, dude, making a brunch burger with blackberry jam and jalapenos with a cheeseburger with egg. It will change everything for you. I promise you.
I will definitely have to give that a try. What do you got going this morning, Johnny?
Dude, I am making one of my breakfast quesadillas, which is something that I do quite often, but I've been told by a lot of people, dude, you could market this. I pre-scramble up 3 eggs, right? I take some breakfast sausage and I brown it, crumble it up and brown it, right? And then I put, some Italian seasoning, some salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, pour the eggs into a skillet, get a nice little round going on. Pretty good size. While the top is still wet, I lay a tortilla down over the top and flip the whole thing. And the eggs get really perfect and fluffy. And then I sprinkle some cheese over half, some chipotle sauce, a little bit of hot sauce. And then I fold it over and the cheese melts and holds it all together. And you get this nice bite about that thick. That's good and fluffy and wonderful. It's fantastic. Crisp up the outsides of the tortilla in the skillet. It's amazing. That's it. Let me see. D-Rock saying, I prepared a delicious meal, multi-level dip, and the R&R. Race relations is flowing. That's his black and white liquor mixed together. Dave Glassman, last night's pizza for me. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with that ever. Not ever. Oh, but you had to leave it out on the stove all night. It had to be sitting out all night. D-Rock, also, I have prepared some piggies in a quilt. So, all right, guys, that does it for us on Mile High Menu. We're going to keep on rolling. We're going to jump right on in to the money stuff today. So this is You Want to Bet.
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Rob, you got the deets on the bets and the odds right now. So help us out, man. Walk us through it.
So
all right.
The spread right now, as it stands, Broncos are giving 7.5 points. Money line is Broncos approximately minus 390. The Jets are plus 310, and the over under is 43.5 points.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. So since you read them off, I'll go first. You said 7.5.
Yep.
So, I think Broncos win. Broncos cover. over under 43.5. I'm going to take, you know what? I'm going to take the over. I don't often. I'm taking the over this time. I think the Broncos cover, Broncos win. It's going to be over, and I'm going to call a Broncos 31. Yep, Broncos 31 to a Jets 13. 31-13 Broncos.
You really like
There you
those opposite numbers.
I do. Yeah.
I'm gonna I really don't want to give the Jets that much leeway. I think this will be the first game that Denver breaks 30 points.
That's what I was saying.
So I agree with you on that. I'm obviously going to take Denver with the win. I'm going to say 34-7. Broncos win.
34-7. That does meet the over. That does not meet the over. You took the under on that one.
Yep. I'm
All right. Well,
opposite this week, but Denver's still going to get the win, and we're still going to, come back on a W to face Jackson, Dart, and Scattaboo next week.
Scattaboo. All right, guys. So there you go. We got at least one over here. We got D-Rock saying 34-20 Denver. So definitely cover, definitely win, and definitely get that. All right. We are just a few minutes from kickoff. So now it is absolutely time for us to get hyped up. But on this network, we don't just get hyped up. We get shiped, baby, with Shy Vargas. Let's go.
It's time to beat these Jets. It's time to whoop on these Jets. We're going to beat on these Jets. We're going to step on the Jets. We're not playing. We're coming. Our defense is coming. 4-2. Let's go. We got this run game going now. We got Bo Nix. He's playing phenomenal. What he did to the Eagles, he going to the Jets. Let's go Broncos. Jets. Sucks. I don't care what we got to do. We're going about to beat the Jets. Bo Nix going to show up tomorrow. Let's freaking go Broncos.
Love me some Shy Vargas. Always pumps me up, gets me hyped, gets me shiped for game day, man. Thank you, Shy, for getting us pumped. D-Rock says, Shy! He also says, sucks. Yes. Love it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us pregame. We're getting ready for kickoff. It's time for the Denver Broncos to take it to the New York Jets in London today. Thank you for joining us for this pregame show. I'm Johnny Baki, the Mile High Viking, joined today by Bronco Rob, sitting right over there with that beautiful face of his. Guys, thanks for joining us. Please make sure you stick around after the game, right after the game, for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. There's going to be several of us on that one. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment if you haven't already. YouTube, for sure, to get yourself in on that Bo Nix jersey giveaway. Less than 60 subscribers away. Make sure you do it. Find us on X. Find us on Facebook. Find the audio version of on all your favorite platforms. All right, guys, we are getting ready to get out of here. Let's go Broncos. Beat the Jets. New York Jets. You know what time it is?
Sucks.
New York Jets. It's time for you to get bucked. We're out of here. We'll see you post game. Go Broncos.
Get bucked. Here comes the thunder. Feel that quake in Broncos country. We're never afraid to take. The rivals gonna crumble in the spotlight's glare. Get bucked all together. Let's shake the air.